name is Karuna Singh and welcome to the channel Knowledge Star Continuous Knowledge Excellence. In this video, we will get to know about the research and the different types of the research. Now our expert, Dr. Gregory David Olivier, who is renowned professor, professional academic editor and trainer, will explain you in detail about this topic. So to get complete information, watch full video without skip.
Now let's talk about the research. Is it actually possible for you to do this research? Think of the numbers involved. Think of the time that you're going to spend. If your outcome is merely to explain a simple point and you don't need to survey 1,000 people, then approach it in a different way. Do not be confused between quality and quantity. In some cases, the quality is much more important than the quantity. On those terms of quantity and quality, let us look at what they mean in terms of research methodology. Quantitative research, basically you're looking at numbers, and qualitative, you're looking at words. If you're going to interview 500 people, those are 500 interviews that somebody has to code and make sense of. It may be simpler to do a survey. Once you've figured out what research method you're going to use, you should write a timeline and calculate your budget. So you know how long you're going to spend, and you also know how much money is going to be involved. Right? You may need funding. You may not be able to do it by yourself. So in that case, you will write a detailed proposal and submit it to the relevant body. Don't forget to explain how will the outcomes benefit anybody. All right, so again, quantitative, what it really means is it's looking at numbers, percentages, averages, and so forth and so on. For example, looking at the data from a Likert scale. It's easy to interpret, but it may not always be completely reliable. So on that point of reliability, I would like to tell everyone there are four ways in which you can check. Firstly, you would do a test and retest, or you could do a parallel forms reliability test. So using the same group and multiple types of tests on the same group to see if you get the same answers. The third way is the inter-rater reliability method. So multiple researchers will test the same group. So it won't only be you testing this group of subjects or taking those samples, but you will engage other researchers to conduct this similar research, asking the same questions and compare your answers. And the last one is internal consistency reliability.
Wait. Are you worried about your project, training, dissertation, internship? Don't think too much, because Nanoscience and Technology Consortium, in short NSTC, is giving you a golden opportunity to do the same tasks. NSTC also conducts workshops on amazing topics. So if you want to register in the workshop, the registration link is given in the description box below, or you may go to the website www.nanoschool.in, where you can easily enroll in the workshops. So just check it out right now.
Basically, how well does your instrument measure what it is supposed to measure? And there are different mathematical and statistical tests to examine that, to test that. Now, what does qualitative really mean? We're collecting and analyzing non-numerical data, which means interviews, videos, sound clips, transcripts. We're observing and we're making notes. So we're examining the nature of phenomena. Why does it happen? And how does it make people feel? So we're examining words, but not numbers. However, what very many academics will ask in the proposal stage is, how can we quantify it? So how can you quantify words? Surely that is a contradiction in terms. Let's suppose you have 25 interviews and you have to go through 25 transcripts. If you've worded your questions cleverly, and you can code the different answers to mean 1, 2, or 3. If you can attach numbers to those different answers, you may then actually quantify your qualitative data in terms of frequency. Now, if you have to compare the two methods, quantitative, you're giving people a survey, or perhaps you're making tests. Qualitative, you're interviewing people, taking transcripts, and then it could be open to interpretation, which is why many scientists and academics prefer quantitative as opposed to qualitative. Simply put, not everyone understands qualitative data. However, there is a saving grace here, and that is you can use both methods. In your research, you can apply what we call the multi-method approach. Use quantitative and qualitative, and then if you have similar results, you know that you are on the right track. Think about your outcomes. What do you wish to achieve? Be critical of yourself and be objective. Once you've worked it out, you could explain that motivation that you have to your funding organization. I suggest do not work alone. If you're in an institution, a university or so, you will have more than likely an advising professor, and your first draft and your second draft will go for peer review. However, I strongly urge, read the last sentence. You should also reach out to other academics in that field for assistance. So how do you find other academics? Well, you use your own social network, and use social media platforms such as LinkedIn, and find academics who have an interest in your field of research online. Now, why would you do that? If you have an advisor and you have peers within your organization to help you. Let me explain. When it comes to funding, there are many who would rather not spend any money. So I don't wish to discourage anybody. I'm merely pointing out that in some cases, your peer or your professors may criticize and discourage, because at the end of the day, they don't want to spend the money. However, if you seek assistance from your colleagues, fellow students, or others in that field who are not directly involved with the funding, they may guide you and give you an objective point of view. And I would urge you to find someone to help you outside of the circle of funding, outside of your university, outside of your college. Use both. Now, please expect from your advising professor and the peers that have been selected by your organization, and I say this not to discourage you, but I say this from experience, expect vague suggestions, criticism, expect to be misunderstood, expect to be discouraged, and expect to wait for weeks or months for feedback. However, if you can get through all of those processes, the first draft and then the final submission, you may very well find yourself published. It's not easy, but it is worth it. Now you know, do not work alone.
I hope you liked this video. Here, I would like to give you an important information that Nanoscience and Technology Consortium, or NSTC, organized the nanotechnology workshops on interesting topics. Also, I would like to tell you about the initiatives of NSTC in which you can also be a part of. Mentorship, patent commercialization, joint product development, research projects, consultancy services, nanomaterials for your research projects, training programs or customized training programs, workshops or customized workshops. Okay, one more thing. Do you want full recording of this previous video which you have just seen? Yes? Okay, then contact us at info@nstc.in, and to enroll in the upcoming workshops, you can go to the website www.nanoschool.in. So that's all. If you want to see these type of videos, then please do comment. We will definitely reach out to you. And yes, subscribe to the channel North Star. Hit the bell icon to never ever miss an update. Thank you.
For more updates, subscribe to our channel. Click the links shown on the screen to stay connected.